Hey guys, it's Bill from Linden, Tennessee. I'm going to give this flail mower another shot at life. On the last video, this was the front, that was the tractor. I had the blades originally spinning in opposite direction of travel, so if you're going that way, I had the blades spinning that way. And what would happen is, all these grass clippings would get kicked up, hit this little round spot, and get thrown down right in front of the cutter blades again. So it was essentially eating its own grass clippings over and over and over. It was mulching. It was mulching is what it was doing. But man, was there a lot, and it was loading up the motor pretty bad. And it was this motor was just pulling 5 or 6 horsepower to do this, and it was cutting okay. We'll go out there in a minute because we're going to do this again. But then the suggestion was that I got the blades going the wrong way. So I changed it to the direction of travel. Nope, I changed it to the direction of travel that way, since we're going that way. Changed it to the direction of travel, and then as I was going over it, all the grass got spit out the backside, but it didn't cut worth a dang at all. So then someone commented and said, "You've got this whole mower back to front." That's not the front, that's the front. And I tried that already before. I tried that on a previous video. I'll insert a clip here. And it didn't work either. It did the same thing as having it back to front, but still doing it in the direction of travel, and it just spit it all out and didn't cut very well. The one thing I didn't try is have the direction of travel going backwards this way. So now what'll happen, and I can see this making a little bit of a difference. Now what'll happen is it'll pick up those grass clippings, it'll spit them over the top, and it'll just put them right back down on the ground and not mulch them. Now it may cut good, better, but what's going to happen, of course, is it's not mulching them, so there's just going to be this huge layer of dead grass on top of the grass that I just cut, and over time that'll turn yellow. And the biggest thing I wanted with this flail mower was that it stripes my yard. And if it's doing that, there's no way this is going to stripe the yard. I don't think, but I don't know. And it was worth giving it a shot. And the way that I did this was took the wheels off of the front caster, the front right there. That's where this was the back. Took the wheels off of there, moved them to the back, what is now the back. This pin right here, you see how it's all worn. That used to be where my tow bar was, but it was on the inside, pointed this way. So my tow bar came out this way. Well, I flipped that around. And since I'd already done this before, that's what these were designed for in the first place. I already have a 3/8 hole tapped in the end there. So all I had to do was just make a little spacer to get these wheels off. I got these new ones from Harbor Freight. They had these suckers for $5. They're pneumatic. It makes the ride not so jarring. But anyway, so I did that. I flipped it around. But that was way, way too high for the height of the cut that I wanted to have. So for temporary, I just made a little spacer that goes right in there, and that just rests up against this frame. And if it turns out that this works, then I'll go ahead and extend this piece out so that it meets up with that hole, and drill a hole through it, and then just bolt it together, and that'll be the end of that. No problemo. So that's how I got this on both sides working. And on the front here, I got my old familiar tow bar situation. The cool thing is I've made so many changes to this, but each time I make a change, it seems to only shorten this piece going across instead of me needing to add more. The first time was that tow bar was way straight across the bottom, and all this grass clipping was getting on top of that, loading up and making things worse. Then I moved it up higher so that they just go straight down to the ground, and that didn't seem to make any difference. But anyway, I just keep on shortening this tow bar out. Now I don't really have any options after this. Actually, that's the fact. If this doesn't do it, if this doesn't give me what I'm wanting, then I'm probably going to just take this down to the river and throw it in the river. No, I'm not going to do that. Of course I'm not going to do that. But I am going to see if anybody wants it and we'll just see how that goes from here. And of course, now since I've got this traveling backwards to the direction of travel, this is the tension side of the belt, so it's going to be pulling pretty hard against this idler, and I don't want to do that indefinitely. So again, if this works, then I'll take this mechanism off, put this idler on this side, and have it tension that way. And then same deal with that deer. So let's give it a shot, shall we? We'll see how this works. Alrighty. So just so you know, I like to wait till the middle of the day, till it's like really hot and the sun is really oppressive, before I start doing any stuff like this. Because why do it in the evening? Let's do it during the day when it's hot. So it's 97 out here, 112 heat index. Obviously, that is the new spot that I just cut, because the idea was just for this weekend, let's just cut this, let's be done with it, and then that'll be the end of it. So the way I was doing it this time, instead of going up and back, is I was just going up that way, coming over in like a big oval, a big rectangle, coming over that way, coming back this way, going up, and then that whole rectangle just kind of gradually slides across the field. And then this is the part that was really troubling me, I guess you'd say, because this is really thick, dense grass. Would probably make fantastic hay, but you can see just the clippings that are left from mulching. So those are mulch clippings, and it was just going over and over in that. And this was taking a huge amount of power, and I had to slow down to like barely even walking speed just so the motor could keep up, using a ton of power. So now we're gonna cruise back around here. And give this another shot. All right, so as always, gonna spin my motor up here. It sounds weird because it's going backwards. And give it a shot, see what happens. Well, I can tell you right now, I need to put another guard on the front there because this is throwing grass all over everything. I could probably do without the guard in the back, but let's stop this for a minute. Let's stop this for a minute and see how we're doing. Yeah, I need to put something on the front there because it's just throwing grass all over me. Making a mess. It's on the hood, it's everywhere, it's all over me. Let's see. Oh, there's a cricket. It doesn't cut crickets that way. Well, it definitely looks different. Yeah, it certainly looks different, but that other grass has had some time to dry. But I don't know. Let's see if I can find something to cover that up so I don't get a mess, so I don't turn into a big old grassy mess. All right, I've had some time to try and think about it. I'm gonna put some sort of a skirt on here to keep the grass clippings from hitting me or whatever. And I thought, just for the sake of science, I'll go back out there. I'll reverse the direction so that it's spinning this way, which is really the way I think it's supposed to go. I think it should go this way, and those grass clippings should come up on that thing and then get laid. I don't know. Whatever. I did that, spun it around that way, and it didn't cut worth a damn. No surprise. Went ahead and shortened that about 4 inches, so it lowered the blades quite a lot. And it's still, it cut lower, but then one of my little connectors that I have crimped on there, like, just slid apart. It wasn't crimped at all very well. When I touched it, it was hot, so there was a lot of resistance going on in there. So I went in and crimped those better. Went back out, did it again, and I mean, it cuts. It does cut, but it doesn't cut better than a normal rotary mower, and it's much more difficult to back up because it's so short. I'm over it, so I'm over it. This was strike 3 as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to take off my cables, and I'm going to take off some of this stuff. But if anybody wants this thing, if anybody wants this, let me know. You can have it. Can't have the motor, of course, but I'll keep all this drive shaft stuff on there if you want it. Otherwise, I'm going to take this stuff off, take everything off I can keep. And I'm just going to take this to scrap and throw it away. I'll take those off, of course. I'll take anything off of it I think I can use, but The flail blades are basically brand new. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know if you want it. You can have it. Come get it. Okay. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.